What's going on, my geeks? I'm Kakui Otaka, and welcome to Home Base Serenity. Today, I'm starting a brand new Loadout series that is once again made possible by the 12.10 update that allows us to use our Battle Royale skins within Save the World. Creating the Be the Boss series was probably the most satisfying and fulfilling experience I've had since I started content creation almost a year ago now, and I am just as excited about this new series. I won't be telling any stories with the cinematic intros on these videos, but I do plan to keep doing those for all the videos in this new series and any other videos that I can in the future. I feel like they've become a huge part of my identity as a content creator.
I know who I am!
Something that helps me stand out and makes my content unique. Plus, you all seem to really enjoy them as much as I enjoy creating them.
Thank you very much.
And it allows me to flex my filmmaking muscles, for lack of a better term, that I don't normally get to use. This new series is somewhat similar to the Be the Boss series because I am going to be taking a skin from Battle Royale and recreating the character that skin is based on within Save the World. But what's different is that it's actually going to be a little bit of a challenge, as the way I've built the hero loadout for this specific character is unlike anything I've ever done, really. So what am I up to with this series?
Heck, I'm curious like a cat.
I'm calling this new series my Comic Book Legends series. I've been a fan of comics and their characters since I was a kid. I have many fond memories of watching the various animated TV series growing up in the 90s, like Batman the Animated Series, Spider-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and my favorite was X-Men. And of course, I also did collect the actual comic books as well. I've always been a bigger fan of the Marvel properties overall, although one specific DC property has always been my favorite comic book hero of all time, even to this day. We have several comic book characters as skins in Battle Royale, including the hero I just mentioned as my all-time favorite hero, and that's who this video is about. So who is that hero that I've just mentioned? Well, it's
The Batman.
I have seen Batman in so many different properties throughout the years. I remember watching the incredibly campy, but still great, Adam West series from the 60s when I would come home from school. Then there were the 4 movies that came out in the 80s and 90s, the far superior Tim Burton movies.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Followed by the almost disasters of the Joel Schumacher movies.
The Iceman cometh.
The more recent attempts at a live-action Batman with Ben Affleck playing Batman.
Stop! Why did you say that name?
It's his mother's name.
And of course, the series that rises above all other Batman movies.
Yes, the fire rises.
And probably almost all other movies, period.
And here we go.
Christopher Nolan's epic Dark Knight trilogy.
I'm Batman.
Which includes the possibly perfect The Dark Knight. While I do say that I am more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan, I have always said that Batman is my favorite superhero of all time. I think one of the biggest reasons is because he's relatable. He's just a normal person who suffered a tragedy at the hands of a criminal and decided to do something about it. Plus, he has his rule about never using weapons.
No guns, no killing.
Where's the fun in that?
It's just all about his brain, his gadgets, his training, and his brawn. And that's where the challenge comes in. I've created a loadout centered around the Dark Knight, and I am not going to allow myself to use any weapons, period. I am only allowing myself to use gadgets. The good thing is that there are a wide variety of gadgets in this game, some of which are technically abilities for our heroes. And that's why my commander for this loadout is going to be Fragment Flurry Jess. Now, I know I've recently covered a loadout on her earlier this year in my Reclaimer Reclaimed video.
Ah, boy, here we go.
But I promise this will be different. The biggest change, of course, is that I will be using nothing but my gadgets and my abilities. In my opinion, the best abilities that can count as gadgets in this game are Teddy and Shock Tower. And that's why I chose this specific Outlander as commander. With her Fragment Generation perk, I'll be generating fragments for every 13 eliminations, which, when used, will lower the cooldowns of my Teddy and Shock Tower, giving me access to another of each quicker than if I use them without fragments, which makes me so much more effective in battle. Also, she has Phase Shift, which can really come in clutch. It will allow you to go to one point and drop a Teddy, then phase shift over to another and drop a shock tower, then phase shift over to yet another and drop another shock tower, and so on. But I am pretty sure I will need more than just Teddy and shock tower to be the most effective I can be with this loadout, but I'll get to that in a moment. Let's talk about the actual loadout first. Like I said earlier, this loadout is going to be very similar to the Reclaimer Reclaimed loadout, with only one hero that is changed between the two. I did try to change one other thing, but that didn't work out as well as I had hoped, so I've reverted that change. With so much that is similar, I'm going to go over this loadout quickly. I'm starting off with the same team perk, Happy Holidays, that lowers ability cooldowns by 40% and stacks independently from other cooldown reduction perks. It's really crazy how something this simple can be so spicy and such a game changer. But it truly was. First up in support is Old Glory AC, whose Impossibility Matrix perk adds an additional 10% cooldown to Teddy and Shock Tower when using a fragment, on top of the normal cooldown reduction, and on top of the Happy Holidays reduction.
Oh, jeez.
In case you don't remember from the last video, this means that as long as I'm using a fragment, I can throw down a shock tower every 7 seconds or so, and I will only have about 3 seconds or so from the time that one Teddy ends before I can throw down another. And the 3 seconds between Teddies is also possible because of Enforcer Grizzly and his Bear With Me perk, which adds an additional 4 seconds to the uptime of Teddy.
Nice.
Up next, I have Shock Specialist AC and his Up the Voltage perk, which increases shock tower damage by 33%. The next hero in support is the only hero I've changed from the previous loadout. I've swapped out Willow for the new Undercover Buzz, the only new hero we got in the Spy Llamas. In support, her Gadgeteer perk lowers the cooldown of your gadgets by 20%. And since I'm using gadgets only, this should come in pretty handy. Lastly is the hero that we got alongside the Happy Holidays team perk, Jilly Teacup, and her Under Warranty perk, which gives Teddy a 100% crit chance against new targets, as well as a 5% chance to malfunction. And when Teddy malfunctions, it will find a new target after every shot. Then, as you can see, I have my standard gadgets of stationary hover turrets and adrenaline rush. But this was not always how I had these set up.
Go on.
I originally swapped out Adrenaline Rush for Airstrikes, which I have never really used after I got access to the hover turrets. But that didn't really work out as planned, as you're about to see in the gameplay. To show off this loadout, I got my whole squad together. CJ, Deathgrip, Joden, and I all went into a power level 116 Evacuate the Shelter mission. While they built the defense around the base, I went around and found every single fragment and llama node that I could, so I could actually have some fragments for the defense. This would normally be easier, but since I wasn't allowing myself to use any weapons at all, I had to make sure to find those nodes. So let's jump on into the gameplay and see how things went. Alright, so we've got the defense all set up for this Evacuate the Shelter mission. I'm going to be using nothing but gadgets like I said. This should be pretty interesting. I don't normally use Airstrike. I know it doesn't do a lot of damage, but I wanted another gadget to use instead of Adrenaline Rush. So let's see how this goes. Alright, here we go. First waves are coming in now. We'll go drop down to Teddy real quick. That was a bad placement for that Teddy, I think, maybe. I'm going to put down a turret there and put a turret down over here. See how that goes. Bad placement on the shock tower, but it'll at least do something. Teddy's back up again. Throw it down. Get a better use out of the shock tower this time. Alright. Looks to be going okay so far. Throw down another shock tower here. And Teddy's back up, so I'm going to replace the Teddy there. And throw down a shock tower over here. I don't know how much I'm going to actually use the airstrike, but I might go ahead and throw one down now. Throw one down over here, maybe. That wasn't exactly where I told it to go. Looks like it went too far away. Oh well. Oh goodness. I didn't even know I was low on health. I was just bouncing around. Alright. Back in it here. Throw down another Teddy. I think we have a shifting spawn, so I'm going to concentrate back over on this side with a new hover turret. Alright, got another charger, so I'm going to throw down a Teddy. And another one, so I'm going to throw down a shock tower. I know it's not going to do too much against the smashers, but that's okay. At least it'll clear out the rest of the trash. Oh, maybe I should have actually included Adrenaline Rush instead of the airstrike, because honestly, I'm not using it. And I'm dying. That's the second time I've died now, so... Yeah, that that probably would have been better to actually include Adrenaline Rush instead of the airstrike. Oh gosh, yep, I'm getting really low on health here. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's a problem with this build. I would definitely suggest actually switching out and using Adrenaline Rush instead. You maybe proximity mines, I don't know, but it's not very easy for me to stay alive in this match, so I don't know if that's because I don't have Adrenaline Rush or if it's something else, but that might be a good idea to include that if you're going to try this build out. Go ahead and throw that down. Oh my goodness. We're getting through it. It's chaotic as can be, but somehow still fun, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay. We did it. All right, good deal. So like I was saying, that was absolutely pure chaos trying to do that, but it was still pretty fun, all things said. So let's go on back to home base and talk about this a little bit more. So as you can see, the defense was incredibly chaotic, but still so much fun. I died several times because I was getting into the thick of things and had no way to heal myself, but I still had a great time. And that's why I made the suggestion earlier, as well as in the commentary, that Adrenaline Rush would have been a better choice over the airstrikes. You can see here in the B-roll I captured in an eliminate and collect mission that this loadout is still viable. You just need to make sure you can stay alive. Now I want to go over how you can get the heroes featured in this loadout should you want to try it out for yourself. Fragment Flurry Jess is one of the first ever event heroes from Christmas 2017 and can be recruited from the event people section of the collection book under Holiday Heroes by using a hero recruitment voucher like you can with most event heroes. Just like Old Glory AC, who is also recruitable from the event people section of the collection book under Springtime Heroes in the Flag Bearer section. Enforcer Grizzly and Shock Specialist AC are both base game heroes that can be recruited from the Outlanders section of the collection book by using 3,000 training manuals and 100 legendary flux each. Undercover Buzz is the only new hero in the new Spy Llamas, and that is the only place you can recruit her. If you want her, your time is running out, as the Spy Llamas are expected to be leaving tomorrow as of the day that I'm releasing this video. Jilly Teacup and the Happy Holidays Team Perk were both acquired with last season's Misfit Toys mini quest line. If you didn't get them last season, they are unfortunately currently not available. Epic usually allows you to recruit questline heroes with recruitment vouchers the next season after they release, but that hasn't happened yet. So I just suggest that you keep an eye out for that to change at some point in the future. And I think that's going to do it for the first video in my new Comic Book Legends series. This video had a bit of a twist on the loadouts video concept by making it a challenge on top of the loadouts. So I hope you all enjoyed that. If you liked what you saw here, please make sure to hit the like button. Also, if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell, because I have a feeling you are not going to want to miss the other videos in this series. Up next will be Harley Quinn. This will also be a bit of a challenge video, as the way I have her built is like nothing else I've ever done in this game. Then I'll be breaking into Marvel characters, one of which we should actually be getting access to tomorrow. After that, I have a special account update video planned to release on the 1-year anniversary of the release of my Harvester Sarah video that might also have a special milestone feature. Keep an eye out for that. Then there are other fun loadout videos I have planned, as well as my Twine Peaks SSD series, and of course, I will still have my normal end of season content coming up as well. Before I close out the video, I want to say a special thanks to fellow content creator Impulse. This individual made the cinematic intro to this video possible because they have made what is by far the most realistic replica of the Gotham City PoI from Season X that I have ever seen anyone do in creative. So please go check out their channel and subscribe to them if you like what you saw, because it was made possible by their amazing creative map. I'll put all of their information in the description below. They have lots of cosmetic showcase videos, a few tutorials, and other Fortnite related content. Impulse, I just want to thank you for making this incredible map and for helping me with what I needed to make it happen. And as always, special shoutouts to my favorite Save the World content creators, both past and present: Latana, Demon Joe France, David Dean, Tori X, Aiden Harris, Rounded Tic Tac, Chedic, A1 Get This Money, Death Grip, Nilek Dreams, X Samantha, and Enforcer. I've linked all of their channels in the description as well, so please make sure to go and check them out. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and stay cool, geeks. Have a great day and stay safe out there.